Hello everyone, welcome back to English class. Today we are continuing with our chapter number 3, The Selfish Giant from the book It So Happened. I hope you all are ready with your opened books. Yes, good. Okay, dear students, till yet we had read about Giant's garden, which was very beautiful and children loved to play in it. But the giant was very selfish and he built a high wall round his lovely garden so that children didn't enter the garden, and they never entered thereafter, nor did spring and summer till the giant experienced a change of heart. So let's start reading the chapter from the part 2, that is on page number 20. So dear students, open page number 20 in your book and start reading. First of all, I'm going to read these three main lines which are given here. To celebrate the return of the children, trees covered themselves with birds and blossoms. The giant was delighted to see his friends back, especially a little boy whom he loved dearly. The little boy soon disappeared, only to return much later. So let's see what happened. As yesterday we had left on the last line that giant jumped out of bed and looked out, and what he looked out, he saw a most wonderful sight. He woke up from the he jumped out from the bed and reached to the window, and he saw a most wonderful sight. Through a little hole in the wall, the children had crept in, and they were sitting in the branches of the trees. In every tree that he could see, there was a little child, and the trees were so glad to have the children back again that they had covered themselves with blossoms and were waving their arms gently above the children's heads. Wow! So what he had seen, that through a little hole in the wall, as we know that he had built a wall round the garden, but from somewhere children found a hole and they entered, crept in, okay, just slightly crept into the garden, and they were sitting in the branches of the trees. As you can see, every child is in a tree, okay, and in every tree that he could see, there was a little child. In every tree a little child was sitting and was enjoying with him, and their trees were so glad to have the children back again. Means every tree was also very happy, okay, they're so glad. Who were glad? Trees were so happy to have the children back that they had covered themselves with blossoms. As there was sadness all around because of the lack of children, so the garden was also missing the children, trees were missing the children, but as they arrived back into the garden, they all covered with blossoms, they all covered with greenery and beautiful flowers. As we can see here, birds are here, flowers are here, good, okay, greenery is here. So, and were waving their arms gently above the children's heads. Means they were pampering the children with their arms and give them. Who is pampering? Who is waving their arms? Trees were waving, okay, they were giving love, affection, and they were pampering the children. On the next page, the same para is in continuance. The birds were flying about and twittering with delight, and the flowers were looking up through the green grass and laughing. It was a lovely scene. Only in one corner it was still winter. It was the farthest corner of the garden, and in it was standing a little boy. He was so small that he couldn't reach up to the branches of the tree, and he was wandering all round it, crying bitterly. The poor tree was still covered with frost and snow, and the north wind was blowing and roaring above it. "Climb up, little boy," said the tree, and it bent its branches down as low as it could, but the boy was too tiny. So, what happened then? The birds were flying about and twittering with delight. As we had seen in the picture, the birds were also flying above about the grounds, about the trees and the children, and twittering with delight. They were singing with happiness, and the flowers were also looking out from the green grass, and they also were laughing and enjoying. It was a beautiful scene, okay. Only one corner was still winter, so there was the sadness only in the one corner of the garden. It was the farthest corner. Farthest means it was situated at a great distance, Okay, so or you can see it was in a isolated side of the corner. So and there was a little boy was standing in that particular corner which was farthest. There was a little boy standing, and he was small, so small that he couldn't reach up to the branches of the tree. The boy was very short that he was not able to touch the branches of the tree, and he was wandering all round it crying bitterly, and he was moving around the tree here and there and crying very loudly, bitterly, badly, because he was not able to touch the tree branches. The poor tree was still covered with frost and snow, and the tree was also feeling very bad because still winter's symptoms like frost, snow, north wind, they all were still staying there and were blowing there, but the tree was unable to catch the boy, and boy was unable to touch the tree. Climb up, little boy, said the tree. So tree told him to please climb up, come to me, and it bent its branches down as low as it could, and according to his ability, the tree bent down its branches, twisted its branches down, but the boy was too short to touch them. Next, page number 21, same page, second para. And the giant's heart melted as he looked out. How selfish I have been, he said. Now I know why the spring wouldn't come here. I will put that poor little boy on the top of the tree, and then I will knock down the wall, and my garden shall be the children's playground forever and ever. He was really very sorry for what he had done. So, what happened as the giant was observing each and everything, his heart melted. He became very emotional as he looked out, and he repented about over his past behavior. How selfish I have been. He was thinking about himself, like how selfish I was, and he said, now I know why the spring wouldn't come here. Now he came to know about the reason why the spring had not come into his garden. I will put that poor little boy on the top of the tree. He had also noticed the poor little boy, and he was thinking that he will go there and he will help the poor little boy to reach onto the tree, and then I will knock down the wall. Then he was thinking he will break down the wall, and my garden would be the children's garden forever. And he was really very sorry for what he had done, and he was feeling very bad, feeling very repented. He was just apologizing for his past behavior. Now on the same page, last para is given, and you can see a beautiful picture is also there. So he crept downstairs and opened the front door quite softly, and he went down into the garden. But when the children saw him, they were so frightened that they all ran away, and the garden became winter again. Only the little boy didn't run, for his eyes were so full of tears that he didn't see the giant coming. And the giant stole up behind him and took him gently in his hand and put him up into the tree. So dear students, as the giant was thinking about his past behavior, and he was repenting, and he was thinking about the boy also, so what he did, he crept downstairs. Okay, he walked slowly downstairs, okay, and opened the front door quite softly and very easily, very kindly. He opened the door and went out into the garden. So got off into the garden, reached to the garden. But when the children saw him, as the children observed that giant is coming, they were so frightened that they all ran away. Seeing the giant was coming towards the garden, the children become scared and they left the garden, and became winter again, and the garden became winter again. So there was spreading the winter all over the garden. Only the little boy didn't run. The little boy was still there. He didn't move, for his eyes were so full of tears. His eyes were so full of tears, his eyes were blurred because of tear, that he was not able to see the giant was coming. And the giant stole up behind him. Then giant came quietly without being noticed by anybody, and he took him gently in his hand. He took the little boy in his hand, as you can see in the picture, a little boy in his hand. The gentle giant is standing here, and put him up into the tree and helped him to sit into the tree. And the tree broke at once into blossom, and the birds came and sang on it, and the little boy stretched out his two arms and flung them round the giant's neck and kissed him. And the other children, when they saw that the giant was no wicked any longer, came running into the garden. So dear student, what happened as the giant helped the little boy to reach into the tree, as he touched the tree broke at once into blossom. Again the tree blossomed, the flowers bloomed there, and birds came and they started singing there, and the little boy stretched out. Now what happened, the little boy just flung on the giant and embraced him and kissed him. And the children, when they saw, and other children was watching all these things, and when they observed that the horrible giant was not so horrible now, he was not any longer a horrible person, so they came running into the back. Came back into the garden, and with them came the spring. As they was entering into the garden again, at the same time spring was also coming. It is your garden now, little children. Dear students, please turn your page number 22. I am reading the first second line. It is your garden now, little children, said the giant. Then giant said them that it is your garden now, and he took a great axe and knocked down the wall. With the help of an axe, he just pulled down the wall. And when the people were going to market at 12 o'clock, they found the giant playing with the children in the most beautiful garden they had ever seen. At the noon time, the people were moving towards the garden. They passing by the garden, and they had observed that the giant was playing with the children, and they had seen the beautiful garden ever, the most beautiful garden ever they had seen at that time. All day long they played, and in the evening they came to the giant to bid him goodbye. All day long they played. They played. Who played? Children. Children used to play there all the time, okay, till the evening time. And as the evening arrives, and in the evening time they came to the giant to bid him goodbye. So as the evening approaching, they just came to the giant and said him goodbye. But where is your little companion? He said. The boy I put into the tree. The giant loved him the best because he had kissed him. As the boy showed him love, kissed him, affectionate him, so the giant was missing the boy, because from that moment he was not met him. So where is your little companion? The giant asked from other children about the little boy, means where is your little friend? I want to meet him. We don't know, answered the children. He has gone away. Then children replied that they didn't know about the boy. He might gone away. You must tell him to be sure and come tomorrow, said the giant. But the children said that they didn't know where he lived and had never seen him before. And the giant felt very sad. As the giant told him to please send my message, pass my message to him, and to come tomorrow, then the children replied that they didn't know. They hadn't any kind of information about the boy, because where he was, where he lived, who the boy was, and they never seen him before. So after hearing all the things that nobody knows about the little boy, the giant felt very sad. Again he became very sad, because he was missing his little companion, his little friend, very much. So dear student, that's all for today. Keep in touch for further details. Thank you.